All right, good evening, everyone. Listen, man, I got an amazing, awesome show. All right, calm down, Mike. Man, I got man, listen. This is the man a beginning of a awesome new year. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I'm excited about it. Listen, there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, there's a lot of movement going on. There's a lot of big things going on. You know, people are still being productive. They're still making moves. Man, businesses are still growing. They're still being launched. Everything is going on, man. And listen, I just want to encourage you right now. Maybe you're listening. Maybe you're gonna be listening later. Maybe somebody's gonna share this with you, and you're just going to pick this broadcast up, and you're gonna hear this word, man. And it's going to speak life to you, man. And just that one simple word that I want to share with you is that it is possible. That's right. That's right. Listen, no matter what happened in the past, no matter what you experienced, I just want you to just know that it's possible. That's it. That's it. And see, and I want you to do that because I want you to maintain credibility with yourself. Okay, I don't want you to go out and say, "Man, 2023, and man, I'm gonna make $1 million," and and all that. I mean, I I don't even you don't even have to do that. The only thing that I want you to do is just continue to tell yourself that it's possible. That's it. Just continue to tell yourself, man, whatever the goals that you set forth, you're gonna see. This is what the enemy wants. The enemy wants you to think about all the stuff, all the excitement you had this year, last year. Going into 2022, you had all of these plans and ideas, and you did the vision board, and you wrote down your goal, and you made a plan. You did all of that good stuff, and none of it came to pass, or maybe some of it did. But the enemy wants to get into your head and tell you, man, why are you continuing to do this? Oh, but I'm here to tell you that you don't even have to have a conversation with all of that thinking. All you have to do is continue to tell yourself that it's possible. Man, and I get so excited about that because I just really it is possible. All things are possible. But you got to keep telling yourself that it's possible. Now tonight, see, I started this journey about, man, just getting our mind right and making sure that we start the year off just right. I started the It's Possible challenge. Well, no, let me wind back. I launched it, but it actually starts January the 29th. Oh man, that's the It's Possible challenge. Listen, through that challenge, we're gonna explore some things. We're going to dig deep down into and answer these questions. Questions like, who are you? Oh yeah, it's really easy to say, man, I'm Eric Kirk and I'm an entrepreneur and I have 4 kids and blah blah. Man, it's so easy to say that, but we're gonna dig deeper. We're gonna peel back some layers, and we're gonna examine through this 30-day challenge who you really are. Oh, it's so important because the next question that we're gonna deal with is, where have you been? See, I realized that once we get an understanding of who we are, we have to deal with our past. See, there's some things in your past that is hindering your future. Oh, I know you don't want to deal with it. I know you. I understand. I know that it's hard. But if we're going to do this thing right for 2023, we really have to deal with where you been. What have you been doing? Tell me about your past. Because it's some things in your past that we're going to have to heal in order for us to get to this third question. And the third question is, where are you going? Where are you going? I got to know who you are. I got to deal with where you've been. and so we can set you up to get a great path on where you're going. And man, and the listen, your future looks bright. I'm so excited about that, man. So listen, if you want to be part of that challenge, I'm gonna put a link up. That link is it's bit.ly/ it's possible 2023. Okay. Now, listen, for those of you guys who's been following me, listen, um, I'm gonna really suggest that you come to my broadcast, this my Monday morning reset broadcast, okay? And I want you, I mean, just come because I got something for you. That's all I'm gonna say. I got something special for you, but you got to show up in the morning, and I promise you, you're gonna be blessed if you do that, okay? So that's the It's Possible challenge. Let's see what else we got going on. The live with Eric and Soso is doing so great. So listen, you guys can also check me on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock on Facebook. And if you're not part of that group, definitely go and be a part of that group. It's live with Eric and Soso, and we're talking all things relationships. Last Thursday was so good. Oh, hold on a second. I need. Okay, well, we'll do this. Last Thursday was so good to where we're actually coming back and we're gonna do a part two, which talking about social medias and the effect that it have or can have on your relationships. Okay, now so you definitely want to make sure that you come back and do that. Okay, and now we're gonna have some special guests on. So if you want to be a part of that, just let me know. Send me an inbox, and I would love you. I would love to have you on that show as well. And if you want to be a part of this show, I got the link. Let me make sure. I got the link in the bio, and I am going to do it one more time just to make sure. But I'm good. I'm so excited because listen, I have a very dear friend that is going to be joining us in just a second. Okay. And we're so sometimes you just got to you just fall back and let the spirit just move you. Okay. Sometimes you have to do that. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing, and I done messed up my screen. Lord knows I don't know what I just did. Well, that's okay. Well, I'll figure it out later. But sometimes you gotta just sit back and I know. Listen, I'm the worst when it comes to just sitting back and let things happen. But what I want to tell you is that sometimes you're gonna have to sit back and just allow things to happen. Let me just say it another way. Sometimes you're gonna have to sit back and allow the Holy Spirit to do what He's gonna do. Okay, okay. So I just want to make sure y'all know where I'm at. Sometimes you're gonna have to do that. I would recommend, and I would I would highly recommend that just be your stance. Period. Okay, but I understand. I understand but sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes sometimes you can't lean on your own understanding. If you know like I know, then you would never lean on your own understanding. If you know like I know, you would just say, you know what, Holy Spirit, just do what you do best. Isn't that good? And so and I bring that up because this broadcast is going to be that type broadcast. And it's going to be that type broadcast because man, I listen. I'm gonna be like a fly on the wall because I got a special guest, a good friend that is going to come on here, and we're gonna have a conversation about being a Proverbs 31 woman in 2023. Now, this is what I this is that now. I don't know how she's gonna deliver this. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I told you already that I'm just gonna sit back and I'm gonna receive. Okay, but this is what I do know. when studying the book of Proverbs, a lot of times we can, we can get to the point where we're thinking, okay, well, those are promises, and I understand that. But what I want you to tonight, I want you to kind of, I want you to look, when you look at this Proverbs 31 woman, I want you to, also consider that we're dealing with principles. Okay. And the reason why I want you to do that is because I want you to be able to receive whatever that you need to receive at this point in your life. Okay, because see, what this is what I believe. I believe that God's word is as good today as it was yesterday. Okay, I believe that. I believe that everything in his word, man, is good, and it's good for us today. So what I want you to do, and I am going to try to figure out how I messed this up. But Kirsten, I am finna add you on, and I know you are ready. You are ready. Okay. And there you go.
Hey.
And there you go, man. Awesome, man. It is so good to have you here. Listen, I know that that this is something that we've been wanting to do, and the everything lined up to where it was just like, what, today, this time of year, everything was just perfect. And listen, I am so honored to have you here because your husband, your kids, man, listen, y'all have always been my extended family. I mean, I think your husband is the greatest, and you got amazing kids and all that good stuff. And I know
Right.
that you got something that's on your heart because you came to me with this. Okay. And so together we're gonna figure this thing out. But what I want you to do, I just want you to just start out just telling us who you are, okay? And just you ain't got to give your social, but
Right,
just start
right.
out just saying who you are. Let everybody know who you are.
My name is Kirsten Perkins. I'm a mother of four. I've been with my husband for 24 years. We've been married for 12 of those. Um, I've my oldest, Eric, do you not know Cameron, is 24 years old, which means I've known you for almost
Oh,
30 years.
wow. Wow, is that, oh my gosh, so you didn't just
Right.
mess me up. Wow. I knew we went back. I didn't know we went back that far. Oh Lord.
We would,
Listen, guys, I'm not that
yes.
old.
Neither am I. Neither am I.
I don't know. Blasphemy. I do not know where she get that from. Oh man, man, that's a blessing though. Man, that is a blessing. Well, listen, in this world, man, people are cutting, and I know this ain't got nothing to do with the show, but I told you the Holy Spirit rules this thing. But
He
people
does.
cuts off relationships, and they I mean, you don't have people to say, well, hey, you know what, yeah, I've been knowing this person for the last 30 years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, um relationships these days can't get past 30 days.
You sure right.
And we don't talk all the time, but at the same time, I do recognize you, and
Right.
say, okay, well, hey, we are friends, and I appreciate you.
Sir, you about had me shouting when you was talking about the Bible is very relevant because people
Whew,
people discount the relevancy today of the
come
Bible.
on.
They discount what God can do on a
Mm.
regular basis if you allow him. So I'm sorry because I'm finna start right now, right?
Hey, go ahead and do it. Go ahead, man. Let it flow. Let it flow. Because
That
listen,
power of
I felt like this was gonna be one of those type night. That's why I put my jacket on.
hey, you see, I got ready, right?
I love it.
So that power of two is such a strong thing,
Mm,
because you got to think about it's the power of that husband and that wife when they team up properly. And
mm,
even with that, that husband and that wife team up separately with God.
mm.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on, come on,
And when
man.
they do that, oh my goodness, there is no way to fail. Things can get hard, but they can't fail.
They can't fail.
They cannot
Listen,
fail.
listen. People think I'm crazy because see, the power too was a revelation that God gave me years ago,
Hmm.
and I know it's not a popular message because here's the deal. See, there's too many relationships ending, and and listen. Can I be honest for a second?
Yeah.
There's a lot of marriages ending, and they're ending in the sense that saying, well, God told me to leave. Okay, God told me to listen. I'm not gonna debate that because
Okay.
I don't know what word you gave that God gave you. All I
Right.
know is what the word of God say.
Right.
And I know that it ain't changing. I know that much.
Come on
Now,
now.
if he gave you something special, I'm not. That's something that you're gonna have to deal with yourself. But
Hmm.
what I understand, this is how I am. How is it that the same God that says, "Hey, that I'm gonna put you together," is
Okay.
gonna be the same God that says, now I don't want you together? Okay.
Okay. All right. Come on now.
All right. Now I'm gonna leave that alone because
So here
we
we
can.
go. I'm finna go ahead into my Proverb 31 wife. Okay.
There it is. All right.
So when I think about that, at the beginning of that whole Proverbs 31, it was the lessons to a king on how to be a king.
mm,
Then it goes into what to look for a wife.
my Lord.
So, you have people when they think about relationships, a lot of females look for that man that's going to take care of them. But a Proverbs 31 wife, that baby, she stands on her own.
Mm,
She stands on her own. This, if you read if you read into it, she's creating, she's enlarging. She's she's there for her husband, but
mm-hmm,
on her own. He's running the kingdom. She's
mm,
managing the home. She's
wow.
managed, but she's enlarging it because she's taking care of her handmaids. She's raising the kids. She's creating material to make her own clothes. Her hand is at the plow. It ain't idle.
My Lord. Wait a minute. Man, well, see, first of all, you didn't just jumped into this thing
I'm
and
so,
I wasn't ready because I'm sitting up here. You didn't just blew. Man, I'm about to shout already because oh, see, I knew I should have. Yeah, yeah, I should have known you was ready to blow this thing up. But let's go back.
I
You
bet-
said that this was a message to the king. Now what king was that? Now if I'm not mistaken, I believe me and that king had the same name. You probably don't even know that.
okay, come on now. I know.
You do though,
I do.
okay.
I
Be-
do know.
If
King
I if I
I
don't
do.
know any other name of the Bible, I know King Lemuel.
Yes.
Yeah, for those who don't know,
That's
my
who the
first
lesson
name
was
is
for.
not Eric. My first
Right.
name is Eric is actually my middle name, but my first name is Lemuel, and that's the king that you're referring to, correct?
Correct.
All right. All right. So you're saying that this is a letter that to the king, and then tell me how did it translate to his wife or the woman, the Proverbs 31 woman?
So what it was how to rule righteously as a king,
Mm,
how to rule over those under him, how to be fair, how to take care of the poor. Um, that's what it was. So when if you already have that stance as a man, you want a wife or female that comes into at the same level, that has that same compassion and able to handle and grow and have that same level of righteousness. She needs to have that same level of righteousness
mm,
that he has, because now mind you, people grow. I can't say that they don't.
okay.
Okay, people grow at different levels.
Right.
However, that female we've heard that women are incubators. I don't care what you give them. They're going to grow
Come,
it and they're going to give it back to you.
but they
I
can't. They're
know
not giving you back what you gave them.
they are
They,
not.
they,
They are
they,
growing it.
they're gonna
You
multiply it.
They're going to multiply it
Come
and give it
on,
back to you. So if
man,
you
my
give,
lord.
so for my husband, he can tell me, hey, babe, I got this idea. And he runs it down for me. In my mind, I'm already, my mind is already processing. It's
That's right.
already, what steps do we need to take?
Mm,
That's literally how my brain goes. It literally goes to, how do we, okay, this is what he wants to do. How do I grow it? How do I, what steps do we need to take? How much money will it take? And then he can come back to me. I might go to him like 20 minutes later, like, babe, I think that's doable. If you do
mm,
this, and this, I can help you with this part. And then we can get it done.
right.
So it never, I don't care if you give an idea, you can give a piece of meat, she gonna create a meal. You give a house, it's a home. You give a seed, she got children.
Come
Sometimes
on.
two at a time, you should know.
Yeah, I know. I know that one. That much I got down pat.
So um it's a different thing, because like I said, even when, and I think what people bypass, or when people are looking to get in relationships, what
Hmm.
the goal is. What is your goal? um
Right.
are we even lined up at all? Do you want me to take care of you? A lot of females going, I need to have my hair done, my nails done, I need to keep this done, I need, oh Jesus, that's a lot. That's called self-care.
Right. Right.
That's what that's called. But I remember when me and Vicky when we first got together, what else is in Proverbs? It is better to be on the corner of a house, on the roof of a house, to be in the
Hmm.
house with a quarreling wife.
Hey, I know. I know that scripture well too.
So,
Oh
you
boy,
know,
yeah, you bringing up trauma bonds. Oh, I'm just joking, y'all. I'm joking.
but it's a real thing. It's a
Man,
real thing.
well, I love it. Listen,
What's up?
I got some things that I just wanted to cover. I was in a focus group, and I say, listen, I'm doing a broadcast. This is kind of out of my zone a bit, and so I asked them. I said, what are some questions y'all would want to hear? And one of those questions is it possible to even be a Proverbs 31 here in 2023?
Yes.
Okay. So now one of the things that I know I recognize is that being a Proverbs 31 woman is not dealing with promises, it's dealing with principles. And I think that I looked at it that way because if what we have to do is take the principle of what's going on, and
Mhm.
say we can apply that principle. What I'm saying is that principles do not expire. Okay, to where
Right.
you can take those same principles and apply them till today. But see, the reason why I think that question is so important is because a lot of women is going to say that is old fashioned and is
It's,
not especially if you started dealing with the I'm gonna just call her this modern woman, okay? Yeah,
oh, okay.
because I don't want. I'm just gonna call her this modern woman. So, what do you
Okay.
say about that?
Okay, so when I think of a Proverbs 31 wife, I mean, is it relevant today? Because honestly, I believe I'm one. And trust me, I'm still a woman, pretty modern still. And so I look at it as this. Um, when you say old fashioned, I guess what's the old fashioned part? Because that woman there, she worked. She was
Mm-hmm.
still trusted by her husband. She was still
Mm-hmm.
able to listen and be a piece for her husband. She was still able to care for him.
Right.
She's like I said, she still grew what she did. That baby had land. She had everything she needed on her own. She was pretty
Mm-hmm.
independent. So she
Right.
helped him meet goals.
Absolutely.
So when you say an independent woman, she had her own. He ran the
Mm-hmm.
kingdom. It didn't matter. She had something outside of what he had.
Mm.
So
No,
that's what today is right now. But
you know
today,
what,
what's up?
man, you done did it. You did it again because see, from man, that was so good because what you showed me was that you can be an independent woman and at the same time bring continue to bring to your husband, and when I look at this modern woman is struggling with the fact that, well, I am my own boss, I am my, and they take this attitude of the separation from man, with in actuality, if they focused on the Proverbs 31 woman, that she is independent, but at the same time, she's working inside that. And matter of fact, I would go on to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, that in order for that king to be the best king, he needed somebody that was that powerful.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and and in order for him to do what he needed to do.
Correct. Correct.
My, my, my.
And then did it in silence. She had nothing to say because she had enough to do.
Uh-oh.
Come
Oh
on
well.
now.
But
Ain't
that just
nobody
not
ready for that one.
that yeah, that just knocked out all these modern women's right there. Yeah,
And I and
you'd have just alienated, man, about 70% of the women. You done just messed them up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
but that's just but it that's what you know how you always queens usually moved in silence. You never heard them say too much of anything. They did what they did. You didn't even honestly know what they did, but they were
Right.
there. They were at their husband's sides, no
Mm,
matter what. When they counseled together in private.
absolutely.
So whatever, even if she gave him thoughts, who knew that those were her thoughts? They thought it was his.
Come on.
Come on, that.
Mm,
Come on
my
now.
my my. My listen, man, you're and see, one of the, what I'm loving about this is because you're showing, and I believe they talk about this in Proverbs 2:31, about her strength and her beauty, maybe, but but you
Yeah.
don't have to choose one. In other words, like,
No.
you don't have to choose to be a tinky winky woman, or be,
Right.
masculine or whatever. No, it's a balance, that what God is saying, that I don't need you, running around saying, hey, husband, can I drink a cup of water? Husband, can I go outside?
Right.
Husband, can I go to the mall? No, but there's a balance.
It
And
is.
I think this is where we're troubling, at in relationships, is because we don't understand that there's a balance. I really would like to get into, and I'm already thinking, oh, you got to come back, because I want to flip this a whole nother way,
Okay.
because I got other show notes that that's popping up in my head that you're gonna have to help us out with. But
Okay.
here's, let me ask you this: 2023,
Okay.
how will this Proverbs 31 woman show up today? You know what I'm saying? When we look at her, what is her identifying factors? How do we know that this is her? How does she show up, today, and we can say, you know what, that's a Proverbs 31 woman?
So when I think about that, um, I think back to my husband and my relationship because, and like I said, it ain't no perfect one. I'll tell you that. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not a perfect one, but when we think about things like that. My husband, Victor, go to work, and he'll actually say, "Okay, I pay the bills." Okay,
Okay.
so if you give me the money to pay the bills, I've paid the bills, and we got something left over, and I'm going to invest it
Mm.
because we need to grow this because we got to live later too. I even when I work, because I've always brought a check, but I don't pay bills. When I say I
Okay.
don't pay bills, because that's what he believes his role is, and I'm not gonna take that from him.
Wow.
So when he says he's gonna pay, he pays the bills. And he's gotten sick a few times, but because I work, he didn't have to worry, and neither did I.
Wow.
Because I was able to say, "Oh, babe, okay, ooh, don't worry," because men worry about stuff like that. When
Right.
you can take some of those worries off me, off our spouses and our loved ones, that because they can't provide something for a moment or even just for a season, do you know how much relief that gives them?
Wait. Wait. Okay,
Okay.
see, listen, ladies. All right, Shauna, listen. Let me highlight that. Shauna's with us. Okay, so here's the deal. See, I talk to a lot of women. Okay, I do a lot of groups, and I have groups with men. I have group with women that I deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. Women says, listen, I cannot be your peace. You have to be your own peace. And what you just said, what you just described, is how a Proverbs 31 woman, actually can be his peace, because being his peace is like, you know what? Listen, don't worry. You're sick. You're not able to go to work. Don't worry, because I got your back.
I got your
And
back.
with women, listen, women, what I want you to understand is that I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the peace that comes within me. There's a peace that I have with God. But what I want you to understand, that there is a peace that you can
Right.
bring to the table. And you feel as if that's not your job. Yes, I understand that I have to have something in me. But what I need you to understand, that it was a reason why God says, listen, man, you need help. You need help.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
That's
make you a helper.
he said a help meet. Help
That's
you
right.
meet your goals.
Come on, man. Listen, girl, you listen. I promise you, don't have me up here shout. Listen, this is not that. Listen, this is not that. We are supposed to be shouting. Well, let's see what Shauna said. Shauna
But
said, Proverbs 31 woman is your helpmate, and we have your back. Amen. Amen. Amen.
yes,
That's what I'm
yes.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
But
Now
yeah, I
listen,
mean, so when you say the peace, that peace, like I said,
mm,
men very internalize everything.
that's right.
They don't have Most men don't have nobody they really talk to.
Mm,
And then depending on who they talking to, they ain't who they supposed to be talking to.
mm-hmm.
They might not give them good counsel. You know what I
Right.
mean? So when they're just got all this stuff in their head, and then something happened, hey, I'm not gonna be able to do this. And it hurts them to come and say what they ain't gonna be able to do to you. It
Wow.
hurts them. You can't tell me that it doesn't. It hurts on a whole nother level to come in and say, "Babe, I don't have this." All right, babe,
Oh
but that's
my
all right. I got
God.
it. When does it due? You know,
Man.
that's all right, honey. I got it because
Man,
you can
listen.
pull it.
Do you want me up here crying, or do you want me to get through this show? You're gonna have to make a decision on what you want. Because listen, man, listen, I have this teaching where I talk about the man cave, and I know that a lot of times we think of the man cave as the pool table and the refrigerator full of drinks, and the TV and the bar over to the side and their friends coming over. That's one aspect of the man cave. But
Right.
there's a biblical man cave,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a place, and we see that where David was running from Saul, and what I want people to understand is that David hid in caves, but and men today, even in that man cave, with and you're thinking that he's in his man cave just living it up. And I want everybody, every woman to understand that when he go into his cave and he say, I just want to be alone,
Mm.
he is either trying to figure something out,
Mm-hmm.
or he is running from something that is attacking him.
Yeah.
And as a woman, you're gonna have to recognize which one,
Right.
because he needs your help. But at the same time, he is processing a whole lot of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff on his mind. And listen, and I also had to come up with a another teaching to complement that, because I had a good preacher friend of mine who said, he said, Kurt, what if that cave became his tomb?
Jesus, come on. Oh my Lord.
And I
Oh.
said, man, I'm going back. I'm going
Woo.
back. I'm going back to work. I'm going back because you showed me some stuff. So now we got to make sure that when they go to that cave, it do not become their tomb.
Mercy. And as a wife, as a partner, sometimes all it takes is a one or two encouraging words. I was talking to my husband today, and I was like, sometimes a temperature check needs to be done on a daily, before your husband gets home, before your loved one gets home. Just
Mm,
just check and see, how did the day go? How's he feeling at that time? Because at lunch, if he's already had lunch, a rough day, I know
mm-hmm.
by dinner I need to be pleasant and prepared because
Come
I
on.
don't know, because I don't want him to be like that all day.
Wow.
Something needs to give him relief, you know,
Mm,
off of those thoughts, off of the things that he went through. And true enough, I could have been having a bad day too. But guess what? I know that the fight that he's having is a different kind of fight. And
wow.
he's gonna do it in his head by himself.
Man, that's good. Shauna said, it hurts a man to say that. Now, Shauna was referring to just needing help. You know, and I know that it's easy for a woman to say, well, he's just being prideful and he should not. But you don't understand that it's not really being prideful. And I know it looks that way, but what it but he's act we have that. We want to show up as Superman. Don't get us wrong. Don't get us wrong. We want to show up and be Superman. We know deep down that we're Clark Kent, but we do want to show up and save the day. We lost your audio.
It could be for a short period of time, it could be for a long period of time that things are a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, in the longer that period is, I know men feel inferior, or they feel like they're letting somebody down, or they're failing. And it
Mm.
is our job to help them feel, I mean, no, babe, it's okay. We're going to get through this. It's okay. We should let them know we're going to do this together, because we are together.
Mm-hmm.
We are one. We are one. I'm going to help you because you're going to help me. Because I've
Mm.
never known they try to, you guys try to keep us uplifted. Babe, you look
Right.
beautiful. Oh my God, you're amazing. You look amazing. You know, just a different kind of glance every now and then gets us. Oh, okay, I see where you at. But we also have to reciprocate that. Men have feelings
Absolutely.
too.
That's right. That's right. Here's another question.
What's up?
Um, who defines that Proverbs 31 woman? And I believe that what I'm asking is, um, do the Proverbs 31 woman define herself? Like, do a woman say, I am a Proverbs 31 woman, or do do the man give you that that honor, or is it from God? So who defines, the Proverbs 31 woman?
So that's a pretty good one because it's I think it's twofold.
Okay.
I think your actions show what kind you are.
Mm,
Your actions show what kind of person you are. It shows what kind of woman you are. It shows what kind of man you are.
okay.
So, and all of that is prescribed in the word, the kind you should be.
Absolutely.
It's all prescribed in the word. So, if you're in the word and that's what you get to, and I want to be that virtuous woman. I want to be that. You learn how to be that.
Right.
You learn how to. And it, like I said, and it's funny because we're naturally that. It's society has made us something else.
Mm,
That's what's happened. Society has made us something else.
absolutely.
Because now, like I said, as Black women, we can't be independent, or they put all our men in jail, so it's just us, and now we feel
Right.
like we got to do everything. And I'm like,
Mm,
okay, hold on. Now you have a man, but you belittle him because he can't pay a bill today, this week, or this month. I ain't paying that. No, baby. Go ahead and take care of that. You have a job. You got the money. Just go
right.
ahead and take care of it. It's nothing to talk about. It's not a discussion. For me, it's not a discussion.
Wow.
You can't pay it? Okay, I got it. Don't worry about it. Not I got it this time. I got it if you don't have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, it's so much revelation. Listen, for those who are listening, and for those who will be listening, uh, I need you to really, tap into what's happening right now. I don't want you to miss this moment. I really don't, because see, what's happening is we are setting the tone, for us to especially us, that married, group. And let me just say this, because I don't want you to mess up this too. A Proverbs 31 woman, that because we're dealing with principles. You 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 don't She's not a Proverbs 31 woman just because she's married, or she's not,
Correct.
or you have to be married in order to be a Proverbs 31 woman, right? Okay,
Correct.
because you can be a
Correct.
Proverbs 31
Because,
woman if you're single.
correct. Because here we go. That Proverb 31 woman, she didn't get married and start doing this.
She was
She
already doing
already
it.
had things going,
Come
and
on.
he saw things that he wanted in her.
Wow.
That's why those were qualities that were being looked for. That's what that
Mm,
was. She had to, like, when you talk about, when I think about women that are housewives or stay-at-home moms,
mm-hmm.
they have the hardest jobs,
Right.
but they're some of the most rewarding because I've homeschooled my daughter from beginning. She's never been to school.
How old is she now?
15.
Okay.
She is
Mm,
15. She has not been
wow.
to school. So you know what she bypassed? The societal norms. She
Wow.
has what I have instilled in her. That's what
That's
my
right.
boys mostly. That's part of what that Proverbs 31 wife is supposed to do. Instill those values into those people around her. She
Right.
she grows that territory. She
Right.
literally, they know who they can come to, who they can depend on. But that's well before she even finds a husband.
Right.
And so she has the humility or the humbleness for when she has a husband, especially she has a high up husband. She didn't just get a regular husband. She got a king.
She got a king.
She got
She
a
got a
king.
king.
So she
Man,
got a And so she had to be able to match that. She was
Man,
already providing. She was already taking care of things.
y'all missing it. See, there's some women out there that wants a king,
Right.
and you just showed them how to get one.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, it's not gonna just happen.
Nope.
You know, it's not gonna. Shauna said yes. Before he married her, he saw what he wanted. She was already operating like a
Yes.
queen.
She was already making the moves.
She was
So he was
already
like,
making the
it don't
way.
take nothing. If I wife her up, it's just gonna move smoothly. It's just gonna keep moving.
Now, cause see, somebody is saying, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, running the streets, doing what I'm doing, whatever. I'm not gonna, lay that out. Y'all know what y'all doing,
Hmm.
and they're saying that, and then I'll change when I get married.
So
Help them out. Help them out.
so now mind you, if you're gonna change when you get married, you might as well not. You're gonna be doing that for a minute because ain't nobody gonna marry you right off top. Not like that.
Mm. And she ain't gonna get no king.
No, no, no. She not. You don't get one of them peasants that
Girl,
don't
you,
care.
you you see, listen, she said that, y'all. I ain't say it. Don't be I don't want no email. Send all those emails to her because I just asked the question. She said that.
Man, because you got to think about, so you, even when you watch your social media and you take, just kind of watch how men respond to women, that's, she for the streets, you
Mm,
know. That's not what they looking for. Now
right,
mind you, some of them not quality men either, but that's not what they looking for. They already have an idea. No, I'm not gonna take care of you like that.
right.
But if you're headed somewhere, and we can get together and handle it, because I'm already doing me. I can help you. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
raise you. I'm not gonna do all that other stuff. But if you're that man that already has a goal and you headed towards that goal, and we
Right.
can meet in the middle, and you're like, and we can vibe and we can do that, come on,
Hmm.
let's go. But
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be in them streets like that. And you ain't gonna be in the streets like that.
Man, that is so key. Man, I mean, listen, we're coming to the end, and I want to, I want to, I want you to have some closing remarks. Okay, I want that, but I want to ask you this one last question. Okay, um, is being a Proverbs 31 woman equivalent to what women call a real man? Do that make sense? I mean, because in these women's group, I get a lot of, well, if he was a real man, then I would do this. So is it possible that men would use that and say, if she was a Proverbs 31 woman, then I would do that?
So the funniest thing is, most women would love to be a Proverbs 31 woman,
Wow.
but society has turned them to something different first.
Mm,
Well, they've been allowed to be turned to something different first. In the event they
my
find that
Lord.
man that's willing, they'll be that. They'll be just that, because me, women are natural nurturers.
My Lord.
They're natural. They're natural. They want something. Now, like I said, there's some out there that want something completely different now. Because they like, I done been through these men and I ain't, it ain't for me.
Right.
But for those, like I said, when you say I want a real man, what's a real man?
Right.
What is your definition?
Right.
Because some men just need a chance.
Come on.
Some of them just need a chance.
Right.
In the wrong situation, they'll never be what you thinking they should be. Put them in the right situation. Watch them grow. They will
Good.
grow.
That is so much wisdom, because this is how I look at it. Um, I mean, as many times as I've been in these discussions and I said, okay, um, uh, give me your definition of a real man, and no one really can answer that question. They
Correct.
know what they're not, but even that they base it off of things. I'll just say the most common thing is they base it off of their father. Okay, they say, well, my dad did this or my granddad this or whatever. And really, what I came to understand is that these are men that they have held high up in regards. Okay,
Yeah.
they personally did, but if just entertain this thought though, and I hate doing this, but I have done it because just the conversation went this way.
Okay.
Your father was crap to some woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just because you don't recognize him, you don't see him as crap, doesn't not mean that some women look at him and say, you know what, to me, he was not a real man.
Mm-hmm.
The role that he played to you as a daughter, he played that role, and you can and you are disqualifying men because you're saying that I want them to play that role that my father played.
Yeah.
Those are different roles.
Completely.
And I can prove it. I prove it with their father, and I also prove it with their son, because
Mm-hmm.
they always hold both of those men up to high regard. That's because they have a role and they have a place in your heart, and you hold them to high regards. But just like you say ain't no good men out there, do you not understand that does include your father and your son?
It does. It
You
sure
know,
does.
so what, so you can't, it can't be right. It can't be right, can't, definitely can't be 100%. And then the thought that you're gonna say
No,
everybody's bad except for my father and my son. Come on now, we got to do better.
that don't work at all. Yeah. So, when I think when people think of uh, uh um a a real man, they want somebody that's going they want to be a thug, they want to be a gentleman, they want them to be they want them to be everything, but then they also want them to be at home all the time. You supposed to love me, you supposed to cuddle me, you supposed to take care of me, you supposed whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm one man. It's one man. That
I,
one
I,
man,
I mean, it's crazy. I want you at home all the time, but then I want you out working, making $1 million a day. You
right?
know,
A day.
so,
Right. You're right. A day.
and guess what happened? That's when you end up seeing that man in the cave, because now I'm gonna have to retreat because see, I'm feeling attacked. I
Right.
don't know exactly what's happening. All I know is that this does not feel good. So I'm gonna go
Right.
into my cave and I'm gonna have this. I'm not even gonna get into that. Um, but I want you to, I want you to close however you want to close. Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, you can give me your final words on this Proverbs 31, however you want to do it. I just want to give you a few minutes, just to, especially if there's something in your spirit, because I believe that God really sent you on assignment. Okay. And if there's something that you feel like maybe you're going to talk to the kings, or
Hmm.
maybe you're gonna talk to the queens, or maybe you're gonna talk to both of them. But man, this is your time.
Okay. Well, so things that have come to me, as like I said, I've been a wife for, we've been together for forever, I feel like, but nevertheless, one thing that I've always done, especially once we got married, every night, I know he sleep. I would literally lay hands on him and pray for him. I would make sure to pray for peace and make sure that I am who he needs me to be, and he is who I need him to be. Well, actually who God wants him to be for me. And then I I do my best. I like I said, however he does, I'm not sure, but that's what I do for me, and that's what I do for him. Um, that is that other power of two, that power of being able to go to the Most High for the
Mm,
person that you love that has been put in your life. Um, I know that even when things come between us, and instead of saying hurtful words, things I know I can cut him with. I give those things to God, and I'm like, okay, Lord, I can't, because I don't want to emasculate my husband. I always want him to feel like a man. I always want him to know that I love him. It does. I mean, that unconditional love that he that I give him, that God gives me. So when those words and really those feelings quit or whatever, I give that to him. And what you know, if you don't, I don't know if you guys have ever tried letting the Lord be your counselor. Give your stuff to the Most High. I promise you, I've given it to him, and he answered me through my husband. That's that power of two. And that one, and you two are one. He's gonna handle it. So, like I said, when it comes to that husband, that you being a wife, always make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, he'll do his. Sometimes you might have to, have his back. It's a team. That teamwork make the dream work is a real thing. If you're not gonna be on this team, get off of it. That's the way I see
Wow, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. I knew you. I knew it was there. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Listen, guys.
it.
Um, I know if you anything like me, you've been blessed. If you've been listening just any amount of time like I have, you have been blessed. There have been an amazing word given to today's woman.
Hmm.
Talking about the Proverbs 31 woman. And see, you gonna mess up when you tell yourself that she's old fashioned, that she's not for today. What I beseech of you, my brothers and my sisters, I want you to understand that she is here, she is alive and she is
She
well.
is. She
Man,
is.
she is. Listen, if in the spirit of the power of two, listen, this word is not for everybody.
Hmm.
Okay, this not word, but this word is definitely for somebody who's saying that I am requiring, from myself. You're not even looking at your spouse. You're saying that I am requiring of myself. I asked the question earlier on my Facebook. I said, "What do you see when you see yourself?" And I
Hmm.
know a lot of people didn't understand it. They answered the best they could. But I want to just enlighten you, just a little bit before we get off this podcast. How you see yourself, how you see your
Hmm.
spouse, how you see your marriage is vitally important to the success of that
Yes.
relationship.
Hmm.
Oh, come on now. How and see, I need you to understand you can see yourself as strong and mighty, or you can see yourself,
Hmm.
oh, I am nothing more than a grasshopper. You can you
Right.
can you can you have every right to make that personal decision. But what I'm asking you to do is to see yourself how God see you.
Hmm.
How do you see yourself?
Yeah.
How do you see your spouse? When you look at your spouse, what do you say about him? What do you say about her? What do you see? And then when you look at what are you speaking over your marriage? What are
Hmm.
you saying? Because if you want to operate in this power too, man, you're gonna have to change some things. It's all about your perception. It's all about your perception. Listen, our time is up. Man, oh man, I had the most amazing time. Listen, oh my Lord, you just don't know. Okay, listen, I gotta go, but we still got about 30 seconds. Will you come back?
Yes, of course.
Listen, thank you so much. Listen, guys, listen. I know y'all ready for it. We're gonna come back. I am going to add her back in. Um, we're gonna give you a date, and she's gonna be back. I got witnesses, so she got to come back. Okay. And but I want to thank you guys for joining. I want to thank you guys for hanging around. I want to thank you guys for I see the messages, and I got the text. They listen, they are going crazy over this broadcast. So I know I got to do it again. Thank you guys. Thank you guys from YouTube. Thank you guys from the Power Two. And I did add this on my main page. So thank you guys. Yeah, all of you guys for watching it. We will see you on the next episode. The Power Two. Man, okay, here we go. I told you I messed my screen up in the beginning of this thing. And so I should have found out how to end this thing before I started ending it. But now I will end it. Good night, everybody. Actually, I think I want to do this. Let's see. We gotta do it like this. I gotta have some music. Hey, this is I gotta give a shout out to my man Cody Bowie. This is a original track that he made for the broadcast. And let's see. See if we can get this playing, man. We're gonna play this until there we go. Man, shout out to you, Cody. Man, I love this track so good. I just wanted to end it like this, man, because I missed my screen though. I couldn't get nothing the way it's supposed to be. And did y'all love that? I mean, wasn't that good? Wasn't that good, man? Wasn't that the best? Look, I gotta get on. I gotta get on another meeting. I'm already late to it, but I enjoyed this so much. I don't even want to leave. I really don't. But guys, listen, man. Y'all have a good night, and I'll be back on in the morning. Okay, I got some things that I want to share with you guys. I got some promotional things that I want to do. I got some stuff I want to give away because God told me this morning to bless some people. And so Monday morning, I'm going to be blessing some people. Okay, so make sure y'all share that. Make sure that you like and you share this broadcast for the algorithm, and make sure that you join me tomorrow morning. And let's see what God is doing, man. So guys, I love and appreciate you. I see you in the morning if God's willing.